Hello, my name is Tyra Andrews, and these are my colleagues Haley Hawkins and Christina Garlington. We're here to discuss the degree of responsibilities businesses must take in order to protect the environment. Microplastic pollution has reached every part of the planet, from the summit of Mount Everest to the deepest oceans. Humans have already been exposed to these microplastics via food, air, and water consumption. In the Bolivian Amazon, 2.5 million acres have burned, largely to clear land for new cattle and soy animal feed plantations. Therefore, we believe that businesses should be held responsible for protecting the environment in their everyday practices, since they are responsible for the large portion of these problems.
Before we begin, we must first discuss how companies have a devastating effect on the environment. The Coca-Cola Company is the #1 plastic polluter in the world. On average, they produce 3 million tons of plastic packaging a year. Just with this one company, you can see the overwhelming effect businesses have on the environment. Coca-Cola has refused to switch from using plastic bottles, believing that customers prefer the plastic ones. These plastic bottles are known to turn into microplastics. Microplastics are fragments of any type of plastic less than 5 millimeters in length. They form when larger plastic debris degrade into smaller and smaller pieces.
Another detriment that has been found due to companies' lack of responsibility is the discovery of microplastics within pregnant women and the unborn babies they are carrying. The health impact of microplastics on the body is unknown, but scientists believe they could carry chemicals that will cause long-term damage or disrupt the fetus's developing immune system. They believe that the particles were consumed or breathed in by the mothers. As we can see, these microplastics not only are harmful on the environment, but to humankind as well. Businesses must be held responsible for their practices in order to keep the environment safe. Outside of what we have mentioned, there are benefits for a company to go green as well.
Of course, the reason businesses should go get green is because it would help protect the environment and therefore us. When a company goes green, they attract a new level of consumers that focuses on purchasing products solely from green businesses. Nearly 70% of consumers in the United States and Canada think that it is important for a brand to be sustainable or eco-friendly, according to a new study by IBM and the National Retail Federation. Customers want to be able to have an impact on the environment without doing much. These are just some of the major advantages for businesses to go green and not only help the environment but the consumers as well.
Surveys have shown that 88% of Americans believe that taking care of the earth is important. This is a majority of consumers that businesses cannot ignore. People are willing to pay for higher prices for goods from environmentally conscious companies. The potential gains of having higher profits and protecting the environment is too good to pass up. Not only do consumers want eco-conscious companies, but governments do as well. The advantages of having the consumer interest and potential protective policies or even tax break from governments is something that businesses cannot overlook.
As franchises are building new stores across the country, they can start to consider an open floor plan with a plethora of windows so that during the day they can use natural sunlight instead of electricity. By doing so, they reduce their artificial energy usage while also reducing their electric bill. Instead of replacing everything in your store at once, companies should think about replacing non-environmental friendly utilities as they go out of date and or break. This way, you're not spending a ton of money at once, and when you are spending money, it's at times that are absolutely necessary. For services or products that you cannot go green, purchase from other green companies. By doing so, you're helping said green companies and are continuing to reduce your carbon footprint.
While we do believe that companies should be held responsible for protecting the environment, we do also want to acknowledge the potential disadvantages for businesses going green. The initial to going green and using energy efficient hardware like light bulbs and toilets can prove to be very costly to companies and small businesses alike. Many businesses tend to go green for the potential savings, but typically the initial savings are not what the businesses believe they will be after the initial cost. Businesses also have to worry about unintentionally greenwashing. Greenwashing is when a business provides misleading information to make the product sound more environmentally friendly. For example, the Rainforest Alliance certified sticker, most commonly found on bananas, has been accused of greenwashing their products and practices. They will have to be sure that their products are what they claim to be, or they will face the consequences of disgruntled customers.
Businesses should be adamant about protecting the environment due to several circumstances where their businesses have had a negative impact. Companies who brand themselves on integrity and ethics have no excuse in disregarding green practices. Although there are some disadvantages for particular businesses going green, the benefits outweigh these disadvantages. Businesses should be held accountable for protecting the environment. Thank you.